I'm Kerry Fink with Helping Seniors of Brevard, and it's time for Wednesday's Helping Seniors Update. Today is Wednesday. It's the 15th of July. Hard to imagine now we're actually halfway through the month of July. And I'm honored to have with us a very good special guest, Greg Schwendeman, who works with the law office of Amy V. Van Fossen. And welcome, Greg. How are you today?
Good morning. This
Yeah.
year's flying by.
It is. I've started to joke now. People say 2020 is just zooming by, but for many of us, we're actually kind of like, okay, that's okay. Let's go to a new 2020 or something like that. So we're really just believing that the second half is going to be a little bit better than the first half has been. But the main point of Helping Seniors Updates, on behalf of Joe Steckler, our president and founder, Kim Bernard, our education specialist, and the whole team, is we want to try to come on every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and just tag up to find out the things that we can do so that we get through all this COVID-19 stuff safely and together, and also get an insight into things that are going on around the county. Because even while we're taking all the precautions that the CDC and the state of Florida tells us to do about COVID, we also realize kind of life goes on. And with that, Greg, I wanted to ask, how does life go on at the law offices there?
Life goes on. We've been, ever since the start of COVID, we've been open for business because we do just elder law. And our clients are the ones who can be most impacted by the COVID crisis. Take, for example, my father. He's 87 years old. He has diabetes. He had a quadruple heart bypass. He still plays golf whenever he can, but yet demographically, he's one of the high-risk people, and he's also a client. So what we do, we continue to do even today, when we have an appointment with a client, for every appointment, we will have the conference room sanitized. After the appointment, it'll be sanitized again. If they have to sign something, they get a brand new pen that's already been sanitized. They can keep that pen. We don't reuse them. And when they come in, we ask that everybody who comes into the office wears a mask and gloves. I wear a mask and gloves. And we do the most we can when we must meet with those people. Thankfully, with the use of technology today, we can reduce the amount of times that we actually have to have a face-to-face meeting. That is, with the use of technology, that's been a big boom for us. And I would imagine for a lot of businesses, because we're able to provide the documents to them on the computer. You'd be surprised how many of our clients are computer literate. There's a false notion that if you're older, you're not computer literate. Again, referencing my dad, he uses an iPad, he uses his iPhone, he has a tower desktop. He's very computer literate. If I need him to read something, just like our other clients, he could read it, he can sign it, he knows how to use a scanner, and that we're finding has been a big help for everybody.
That's so true what you're saying, because I was thinking, as you were talking about your dad, I was actually thinking about Joe Steckler, who's our president and founder of Helping Seniors. Joe is 86 going on 87. He's a retired Navy captain. He's also the gentleman who created the Brevard Alzheimer's Foundation and got all that rolling. They call them the Joe's Clubs to this day. And in the Helping Seniors organization, today is Wednesday, and we'll be doing radio live from the WEJFM radio studios at 12 noon, as we do every Wednesday. And here again, we do all the things to take all the precautions, the social distancing, everybody wearing the mask, they sanitize the studio before we all get there, and try to do everything 100% according to those recommendations and precautions, and it seems to work. When we do the right things, it seems to keep us safe. In fact, I was seeing something earlier today where they were saying if we will all be diligent about wearing our face masks, that's a really strong way to I guess, reduce the contagion of COVID-19. So
right.
I'm glad to hear that you guys are able to do that effectively. And then too, I was thinking, and I remember talking with Amy Van Fossen, because she she joined us on a Helping Seniors update a week or two back, and we were talking about the very fact that the things that you guys are working on don't stop. You're considered an essential business, but
Sure.
like we talked about, life goes on. So I know you and I did a television show a few months back on the topic of guardianship, and I remember one of the focal points that we spoke about was how guardianship is what you do, or how you resolve a situation that might have been preventable had you gotten an opportunity to sit down with people that knew what they were doing legally on elder law ahead of time to set things up properly.
Absolutely.
And I wanted to ask you a little bit about, what do people call you about these days while we're in the middle of COVID-19?
Well, we're like you said, we are actively trying to help our clients. And I always think the best way to avoid litigation or court is to properly prepare beforehand.
Mm-hmm.
So in the pre-COVID days, what we used to do, you've been to our office, you see we have a education room that's set up where, depending on the topic, myself or Amy or one of the other attorneys will address everything from Medicaid. We have VA benefits, we have Medicaid benefits, and all these seminars for the sole purpose of educating the clients so that they can properly plan and avoid expense and aggravation down the road. Now, what we're able to do now, just like you and I, we offer the same seminars on Zoom or FaceTime. And they've been very popular. And so if people are watching this now and they want information on any of the practice areas that we do, I'm willing to talk to them one-on-one as you and I, or if we could get a certain time and some of our other staff will coordinate that, we'll have a full Zoom conference with multiple clients and we'll teach them. In fact, you see, I'm a little dressed down. Usually you and I are talking and we're both in suits.
Right.
But we're even able, I've been, since this whole thing's going on, we are going to court.
Wow.
And we're having court telephonically or with video if we're able to. The judges have been very accommodating, making sure that we as attorneys are able to handle the cases for our clients, because it's not enough to just meet with them here in the office.
Right.
We have to have the judges do their thing. And the judges have been very on board and very accommodating with all of the attorneys and doing the video conference. It's been very successful. And in some ways, it seems even more productive.
Yeah. I was thinking about that. There is it's forced a lot of us to get a little bit more technologically savvy, and we're learning through the process. If there is a silver lining in this, what we're learning through the process is we can get some things done that we didn't know we could get done. And I wanted to mention that because I do remember both Amy talking about that in the Helping Seniors update, but also anecdotally talking with Rachel in your office. And she says you guys really have a full schedule of different seminars on a lot of topics that are valuable to know about. And so we'll put up the link to that. I think it's on your Facebook page that you guys have for the law office. And so people can see the dates, and boy, it's a plethora of topics. And if you're sitting at home right now and you're tired of watching that rerun for the 12th time, might be a really good moment to,
and don't forget, they're free.
Oh yeah. And, when you talk about the value of an attorney's time and just the value that it could mean, and I've had this conversation with you and with Amy before, but sometimes, we think we can run down to an office supply store and buy a form or do something. And I've heard both of you guys teach that so often you end up undoing damage somebody thought they were trying to fix something with a $2 form from an office supply store. And it really makes sense to get the benefit of an expert, right?
Absolutely. That really scares me when I get a case where someone has used an office supply form, or worse, they get advice from a friend. It's always this friend they have. I think you and I may have spoken about the one gentleman we had where he did not want to retain the services of an attorney. He was an engineer and thought he could figure it out on his own. He was indeed a very educated man, but he was not an attorney. And his mistakes on his dollar form from the Office Depot ended up costing him in legal fees probably close to $25,000, and a missed opportunity to sell a property that had to be handled as part of the so if you figure, he's probably well into the six figures because he wanted to save a few dollars.
Wow.
So that's really something to consider.
Yeah. And when you're talking about these informational seminars being free, I know I can tell you, we get calls all the time, Greg, on our senior information helpline, which I'm going to give that number. That's 321-473-7770, 321-473-7770. That's a free call. And Kim, our education specialist, really works with folks to try to get them connected to resources that are going to help advance the cause, whatever the challenge may be. But I can tell you, we get so many calls from people that are sort of have an idea about what to do, but don't necessarily know the correct next step. Maybe they're from out of town. They've recently moved to our area. A lot of times we get calls from the adult children of parents. They may be living, the children may be living someplace else in the United States, and they came to visit mom or dad, or maybe had a Zoom call. Now they're concerned. It's really good to know that there's good resources that are available. And I can tell you, Kim, for so many times we'll get somebody talking to somebody who's trying to work through finance issues, and they don't even know about programs. Maybe their spouse served in the military during a time of war. And you guys are really specialists at helping people with VA, aid and attendance benefits. You guys, I know, are experts in Medicaid planning and things like that. Just real quickly, kind of what's the basket of things that people might give you guys a call about?
Well, our firm only does elder law. And I think that's important to know, because you might see a bus with an advertisement on the side where they'll do criminal defense and real estate and wills and trusts. In today's world, it's much like medicine. You have to specialize. You have to focus on what you're doing so you can provide as much of a top service to the client as possible. Now, if you think of elder law as an umbrella, under that umbrella, we do estate planning, wills, trusts, probate administration, guardianship, and related litigation. And that would include guardian advocacy, which many times, even though they're not elderly, we do have the opportunity to help many parents of special needs children. Many of them may be autistic or what have you, but when they reach that age of 18, legally, the parent can no longer help them with their issues. You know, there's HIPAA laws, there's privacy laws in the banks and so forth. So they need to become the guardian advocate for that now adult child. So we help with all of those areas. And if someone has a question, please just have them give us a call. Obviously, I would like to get new clients, as would Amy, as would any attorney. But my advice is, do not do it on your own. If you don't hire us, hire a lawyer. But we will give you the best service we can. You know, I always hear it said, you can drill your own teeth. Would you? No, you go to a dentist. Would you make $100,000 mistake on your own? No, come to an attorney. We'll help you as best we can.
Such good advice. So what is the number to the law office? And we'll put that up on the screen as well. So folks, grab a pencil and take this number down so you can get in touch with Greg or anyone at the team there at the law office of Amy Van Fossen.
Our number is 321-345-5945. Once again, that is 321-345-5945. And if they happen to call after hours, we don't have an answering machine. We have a live answering service that will take their message and get in touch with one of the attorneys right away. Because what we do involves people in the most stressful times of their life. Someone dies, dad dies, mom dies, whomever, they have a probate question. Or somebody gets injured and all of a sudden they have a guardianship question. We can be reached pretty much 24 hours a day.
That's comforting to know. Well, thank you, Greg. I appreciate you taking the time this morning to update.
No
We're gonna close out on the Helping Seniors update with just two quick updates that I want to share from the Helping Seniors side. Number one, we're really excited about the Helping Seniors Senior Services Directory. This isn't a new thing for us, but we're rolling into a huge expansion of this. This is the Senior Services Directory that we publish inside the Helping Seniors newsletter, which gets published inside Senior Scene magazine. There's like 14,000 copies of that go out across county every month, and of course many tens of thousands viewing online as well. And we publish information that's of value to seniors. And one of the things that Joe asked us to do was put together a resource guide so people can kind of find, those of us who are older, we remember Yellow Pages as a way to get information on who to call and things like that. And we wanted a directory of to be trusted senior resources. And so this is a great thing that's available both in the publication and online. And we're in the middle of a big expansion of that with some exciting new display coming up on the 1st of August. You'll see it in the Senior Scene magazine, and you'll also see it online then. But I wanted to bring that up, and also to remind folks we have a date for the Helping Seniors Car Raffle. Yay, that's the big fun party that we get to have over at the American Muscle Car Museum. It is now set for 10/10/2020. I love saying that just because it just sounds so fun, but it's October 10th, 2020. It's a Saturday evening, 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Someone is going to win their choice of a 2020 Chevrolet Camaro, 2020 Dodge Challenger, 2020 Kia Sportage, or a 2020 Mazda Miata convertible. They get to pick the car. It might be you, but you have to get a ticket to be in it to win it. And you can get your ticket at helpingseniors.carraffle.com, helpingseniors.carraffle.com, or you can call us at 321-473-7770. And Kim Bernard will be happy to get you set up. 321-473-7770. That's going to be a fun evening over there, Greg.
It will. So it will be a fun.
I wanted to thank you again for taking time. I know you've got a lot of things to get done today, and I really appreciate you taking a moment to
thank you for having me.
Let viewers know that you can give a call and save yourself the time, the headache, get the expert advice you need. Give Greg or Amy a call, or any of the fine team over at Amy B. Van Fossen Law Office. And thanks, Greg. Thank you, viewer, for tuning in. We will see you again on Friday. On behalf of Joe and Kim and the whole Helping Seniors team, I'm Kerry Fink for Helping Seniors Updates.
Thank you. Bye-bye.